Hi, welcome back to Pilates Core Training. I'm Barbara Bruni. Today we're going to do another class that is an intermediate level where we're going to stay fairly basic moves, but we're going to pick up the speed, more of a power class, if you will. Again, don't sacrifice your alignment for speed. So if you feel like you can't keep the shoulder or pelvic alignment or the neutral spine with and the diaphragmatic breathing, then go your own pace. And again, as always, we'll start with diaphragmatic breathing, getting the alignment set, and move right into it. This is not a good class to learn from. This is a good class to progress into. So if you've never done Pilates before, I would recommend just do some of the moves and go slowly with it. But I'm not going to be as accurate with my cues or as thorough with my cues. Let's start the breathing with the pelvic alignment. Let's inhale and go into an anterior tilt so the pelvis is aiming on an angle, top of the pelvis up, pubic bone, tailbone down. Reverse that. Exhale, top of the pelvis back, pubic bone, tailbone up. And let's do that a few more times. Inhale, ribs flare, fully expanding in all directions. Exhale, ribs compress down towards the belly, belly pulls in and up. Inhale, feel the back contract to do this work. And exhale, feel the belly contract to do this work, not the butt or the thighs. Keep them very relaxed. One more time. Inhale. Keep this work all in the core and exhale. Level out to your neutral pelvic alignment, working the shoulders here. As you exhale, keep pressing the arms back more and back more into the mat until you feel like your pecs, this attachment where the chest muscle meets the arm, is not hard. It's very soft. Let that go. Maintain that. Maintain the back of your neck reaching long. Imagine you had a paintbrush coming right out from the back of your head to touch the wall behind you. Maintain that as you reach the arms overhead. So here you're exhaling, moving the ribs down towards the pelvis. Thighs relaxed, butt relaxed, pelvis neutral. Inhale, arms up. A lot happening here. It's not just arm movement. There's a lot going on intrinsically. So if this is very easy for you, you might want to recheck your alignment. Relax your thighs, relax your butt. Keep that cup of water on your abdominals from spilling one way or the other. Keep the attachments on your arm very relaxed. Feel the shoulder blades pulling down the back and the back of your neck reaching long. And last one, exhale and inhale. Let's bring the arms down by your sides, palms up to keep the chest wide. Let's get some articulation of the spine. Inhale, anterior tilt, feel the back contract. Exhale, posterior tilt, and roll bone by bone off the mat. Watch that you don't thrust too high into your shoulders. Keep the shoulder blades down, shoulder sockets wide, thighs in parallel so your knees aren't pointing out or dropping in. Feet are flat. Press the big toe into the mat there, and then exhale and lower down. Let's do this twice more. Inhale. Imagine that strand of pearls lying on the floor, and you pick up one end, and pearl by pearl, you pick the necklace up, just like your vertebra here. Exhale, and pearl by pearl, let the necklace or the vertebra go down one at a time. Inhale. Last time, ribs flare. Exhale, posterior tilt, ribs compress, glutes and thighs relaxed. Inhale at the top. And then exhale as you lower down. Find that space that's in between your anterior and your posterior tilt. Balance that cup of imaginary water there. And then bring your legs up to your tabletop alignment, thighs together, palms down. Inhale to prepare. Exhale as you tap your feet towards the floor. Inhale up. And I say towards the floor because it's not so much how far you can go, but it's how far you can go without moving the pelvis. Exhale, ribs move together. Watch the shoulders don't hike here. Keep them wrapped. Keep the neck long. So it's just as much a challenge here as you take this weight away from center to keep your cervical neutral, cervical spine neutral, shoulder girdle neutral, ribs imprinted, and your lumbar curve neutral. So it's that feeling of you're just moving your thighs and your hip sockets without moving the hips. Last one. Exhale And inhale, hold here, go into your frog alignment, and as you exhale, reach one leg out to the side. Hold here. What you don't want to happen is that leg pull you over to the side. You have to use your opposing waist, your obliques, to keep the pelvis flat against the mat, hip bones pointing up. Here we go. Exhale, alternating sides to side. Reach and inhale. And exhale. Feel the muscles above the knee contract. Work here to get not only the inner thigh to stretch, the hamstrings to stretch, but get the quads warmed up so that you can get those last few degrees of extension out of your knee. Exhale. We're not weight bearing, so don't be afraid to straighten your knee unless you have a knee condition or you tend to hyperextend the knees. Don't worry about getting a full extension of your knee. It's a good thing. Let's go 2 more. And last one. Go to both legs now. Exhale and reach. Ribs imprint. Don't drop the pelvis posterior. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulders wide. Inhale. Last one. Exhale. Inhale. Put the heels together. Reach the legs straight up. Heels stay together. Exhale up. Inhale down. Exhale. Don't let this tailbone come in off the mat. Keep it down so your pelvis is neutral. Really get the stretch here into the hamstrings and the work into the quads. Exhale. Use your quadriceps to bring the legs perpendicular to the floor. Exhale. Put those toes in a V alignment, heels together. Imagine you are squeezing the daylight out of the inner thighs. In other words, you don't want to see daylight in between. As well, think about wrapping the sits bones around to touch each other. Belly draws in. Full powerhouse. Inner thighs pull up to the pelvic floor. Low glutes, belly. And last one. Let's put your hands behind your thighs for a roll up. Inhale. Principles of roll up, rolling the upper body, posterior tilt belly in, maintain the round spine, shoulders back, and then exhale again, aim the tailbone to the back of the knees, bone by bone goes down. Inhale. Exhale, feel like you're pressing your thighs into your hands, and it's going to make all the difference here versus pulling up with your thighs. So if you're pulling into your thighs, it's really rigid. It causes the spine to get tight. You want to stay very relaxed here, very fluid with this move. So feel like the thighs are pushing into the hands, activating your hip extensors, relaxing your hip flexors. Last 2, tail touch, elbows slightly out to the side so that we're not stressing the neck and shoulders. You want to still keep that width across the chest, shoulder blades melting down the back. And exhale, roll out of it. Keep the legs at tabletop. Keep your body in flexion, pelvis neutral. Extend the legs and begin 100. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale, 2, 3, 4, 10. Inhale. And exhale, same alignment with the legs, but belly, inner thighs. Inhale. Exhale, funnel the ribs. 30. Inhale here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and exhale. 40. Inhale, relax your neck. Exhale, put the lift from just that solar plexus region, and inhale. And exhale, shoulder blades pull down the back, shoulders reach to the side. Inhale. And exhale here. 60. Inhale. Exhale here. 70. Make sure you can see your waistband, not looking up. Exhale here. 80. Inhale. Exhale, full powerhouse. 90. Last set. And exhale. Woo! Roll that down. Circles. Did you ever get that shake? That's a good thing. And switch directions. That shaking there of muscle is just some muscle getting activated that hasn't been activated in a while. A little fatigue. All right, let's extend the legs straight out. Arms overhead, full roll-ups, straight legs. Inhale, drop the arms. Exhale. Inhale, lift. Exhale, keep your kneecaps facing the ceiling here. Inhale, increase the curve of the spine, relax the neck. Exhale, shoulders out of the ears, tail to the heels, belly pulls in. Get that sense of that pearl necklace as you roll up bone by bone, pulling the belly in. Last one. And let's go into spine twist. Take your arms wide to the side. Feet are glued together. Inhale here. Exhale 3 turns to your left. Exhale 1, 2, 3, and inhale. And exhale 1, 2, 3. Glue those feet together. Don't let the feet come apart. And inhale. Feel here that you're initiating the turn with the deep rotation muscles rather than the arms. Your arms and neck just go along for the ride. Keep pressing the back of your legs into the mat if you can get the knees to straighten. If you feel like you're leaning back and your back is round, it's a struggle, bend the knees. And last 2. And inhale. And last 1. And release it. Let's go over into an all-fours position on your knees. When you're in this neutral spine, separate your fingers and lean more towards the pinky side of your fist, ever so slightly. Now pull the shoulders down the back. Pull your mat apart a little bit here like it's toffee. Still finding the neutral alignment. Your triangle is flush with the mat. Funnel the ribs, belly in. Watch the head. Keep those neck extensors active. Tuck your toes under. Exhale and press up, taking the weight off of the legs and transferring it into the shoulder girdle. So what's happening here in this exercise is that you're challenging the muscles that stabilize the shoulders. So we're trying to avoid going into the upper traps or rounding the upper back, going more into pecs. You want to be able to transfer that weight equally to the front and back side of the shoulder girdle. So think as well, heavy armpits. Pull the armpits down. Keep the elbows straight. Last 3, belly in, ribs compress. Inhale. Exhale for 2. Inhale. And exhale for 1. And release it down. From this position, you're going to take your right leg and extend it back and then lift it without turning the pelvis or dropping the low back. Lift the leg just from the hip extensors, from the glutes. Once you feel like you've got that alignment, still pulling the belly in, extend the opposing arm. Still pulling the shoulder blades down the back and pressing the back of your neck up towards the ceiling. Let's go the other side. Left leg extends back, lifts from the hip, so there's no rotation of the hip. You're pulling the belly in here. And then extend the opposing arm. Keep your left knee very straight. And then take it down. Let's do that one more time each side. Find your alignment and extend your right leg. Lift the leg from the extensors. Keep pulling the belly in. You almost have to think about forcing a posterior tilt here. And then extend the opposing arm, organizing your upper body. And switch. Left leg, slide it back, organize the pelvis to neutral, and lift. Keep the shoulders wide, extend the right arm, get the alignment here. And now we're going to same side. So let's go to the right leg, lift, balance. Now shift a little bit to the right side, actually to your left side, and add the right arm. and balance. Here, vision is really important. So it helps to spot your vision someplace. I like to spot my vision where my hand was. And that seems to help the balance. Let's go the other side. Left leg extends. Lean over to the right a little bit. And then add the other arm, add the left arm. Still keeping the shoulders square, ribs connected. And release that. Let's go all the way down onto the abs, and we'll go into a swan prep. Let's place your hands underneath your shoulder sockets, legs together in your 100 alignment. When you're here, you're going to find the same principles. Legs go long, belly pulls in, shoulders go wide, spine lengthens. Exhale, tighten into that. Inhale, lift your head and shoulders off the mat, just going into a thoracic extension, and exhale, lower down. So lifting in length and back. So here you know you're in your thorax if your lowest rib stays against the mat. And exhale, lower down, lengthen the legs, belly up. Inhale, lengthen, lift, aim your breastbone up towards the wall and pull your muscles down your back. And exhale, lower down. Inhale for 5. And exhale, legs together. Inhale for 4. And exhale. Inhale, lengthen, shoulders wide. Exhale, lower down. And last 2. And exhale. Remember the squeezing the daylight out of the inner thighs. Still doing that. Last 1. And lower down. Let's roll over onto your back, going into a little stretch before we move on. Cross your right knee over your left. Take your arms wide to the side and drop your thighs towards the right. Hold that nice rotation stretch here. Shoulders wide, neck is long. Inhale. And as you exhale, pull the legs up and switch it around. Left leg on top and knees to the left. Always, always staying within a pain-free range. If you have had any injuries in the past and this work causes pain, then please avoid those moves that cause pain and pay close attention to the cueing. We're going into another exercise involving upper body flexion as in the 100, except this time instead of moving the arms to challenge your flexion and your alignment, you're going to be moving your legs. So let's lift your head and shoulders off the mat. Bring your right knee in. Your hands are here as a guide to your lower leg, so you don't want to see your foot, and you want to keep your shin parallel with the floor. Keep the lift coming from the abs, elbows wide, shoulders stabilized. Extend the left leg. Make sure you're in neutral pelvis in rotation, side to side, in tilt, front and back, and in hike, that hula action where you shorten one side of the waist, side flexion. Here we go. Inhale, switch, exhale, extend. Inhale, exhale. So as the left knee comes in, hike the right hip up. Keep the hips from migrating. Hide the foot. Hide the foot. And it's 6. And it's 5. And it's 4. Keep lifting. Your neck is free. Last 2. Last 1. And freeze. Bring your hands behind your head. Give a little pressure up. Not pulling, just supporting. Crisscross. Take it across. And exhale. So now you're not using your hands to guide your neutral alignment or your parallel alignment. You have to do it on your own. Try to keep your shoulder blades lifted. Lift coming from the abdominals, that solar plexus region just under the breastbone. Try not to roll to the side or make this a neck flexion exercise. Lift and belly and lift. And 3. And release it. Let's extend the legs straight out. Arms overhead. Increase the stretch. Don't worry about where your abs are. Just reach it. And release it. Let's bring your legs back up to tabletop, hands on tops of the thighs. So you're not on your knees, you're right on your thighs in tabletop. When the purpose of this exercise, you really can't see much happening, but it's all about pressing the small of your back into the mat, and then isometric compression, hands against thighs, and release. Is deceivingly intense. So here we go. We're going to do 8 of them. Inhale, exhale, and press. It's as if you're pressing the back of your belly button into the mat, and release. And exhale, so there's no space at all. I had a ribbon under your back, and you went to press into that posterior tilt. Right here, I couldn't pull it out. And release. And 5, exhale and resist. Push the thighs into the hands. And 4, belly button pulls in. Don't let it pop up. Release. And 3, posterior tilt, resist. Try to keep the elbows straight here. It makes it a little more challenging. And last 2. And release. And last 1. So I want you to get that feeling that even if your spine is straight, you can still initiate a posterior tilt. And release it. So let's extend the legs, roll up to a seated position. Exhale and roll. Now here it's going to help if you can put your feet underneath the edge of the couch or have somebody hold them. I've got a Pilates mat that has a foot strap here, and I'm going to use that to anchor my feet. So from this position, you're going to sit up nice and tall with your hands in like a I Dream of Jeannie state here. Watch you're not hyperextended. Keep the belly in. Inhale, shoulders back and down. Exhale, get that same posterior tilt so you're not collapsing. You're keeping the shoulders square. Tuck the tail under and roll down. Now inhale. Exhale, take the arms and bring them overhead. Exhale, 5. Inhale, hold the round spine. 4. If you feel this in your back, come up higher. 3. Shoulders out of the ears as the arms go up. 2. And 1. Inhale. And roll it, roll it. Keep rolling it until you feel you're on the sits bones. And then restack. Wow, let's do that one more time. Inhale. Grow tall as you tuck under that round spine. Inhale. And exhale, 5. Every time you have to reinforce that round spine. You can't just put it there and forget about it. It just will unfold on you. 3. Tail tuck, belly in, ribs compress. 2. And 1. And roll it. Belly in. Don't come up with the hip flexors. And inhale up tall. We're going to do one like that, but not tucking under. We're going to go straight spine, and we're not going to add those arms. We're just going to keep them in Genie state here. Watch that you keep the alignment back and down. So inhale as you go back. Inhale here. Exhale as you go up. Keep the length through the spine, ribs connect, belly in, and go up. Keep the ribs connected, the belly in, the spine in neutral. You don't want a hyperextension here. You're just not going into the round lumbar, but you still have to have all of that abdominal control, shoulder girdle control. Starting to shake. Let's do 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Pop right back up. Get the height. And inhale. And exhale. Pop right back up. All right, moving on here. We need to do another back extension. Bend your back the other way. So we're going to do now a higher swan. We did swan prep. Now we're going to do, it's not going to be the full swan. We're going to do a little bit higher lift. So hands underneath the shoulder blades. Let's get our alignment. Separate the legs. We're going up high into the lumbar low back region. So exhale, shoulders wide, legs long, belly button in. Inhale, lift to your thoracic spine. Exhale, keep your shoulders down and keep the thoracic open so you're not sunk, you're lifted, belly scoop, tail tucked, hip extension. and lower down. There's a lot going on there, so pay close attention. Inhale, thoracic spine. Don't let the shoulders roll forward. Exhale, keep the breastbone open. Keep the shoulders back and down. Pull the belly in, tuck the tail. Make sure you're not in your lumbar. You're sharing this extension through the whole backside of your body. You're not just in the low back. That's why I like to start with these thoracics here on the inhale. Maintain that thoracic. Exhale, support the lumbar. Inhale. This next time as you go down, you're going to lift the legs, maintain the hip extension like a rocking chair. Inhale. Exhale. Now, as your upper body goes down, your legs go up. Maintain the extension all the way. Hips to thorax. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Shoulders back and down. Inhale. Last one. And release it. And pull back to child's pose. Stretch out your low back. Okay, let's do one more upper body weight bearing, and let's get a little bit of our quads here. So, we're going to go into the hand position, which is fingertips facing in towards the hips. If this bothers your wrists, by all means, turn your hands in another direction. This will allow a nice stretch across the front of the shoulders and a challenge to the shoulder stabilizers. Knees bend about 90 degrees. Watch for hyperextension. And exhale, extend the knee. Inhale, bend. And let's go 6. Funnel the ribs, pull the belly in. Grow the spine long. Try not to sink into the shoulder sockets. Last 2. Last 1. And last exercise of the day, left leg and exhale. Try to keep your thighs parallel with each other. Don't drop into that left foot. Lift to the top of the head, out the toe. Last 4. Belly button pulls in to keep space in the low back. 2 and 1 more. You did a great job today. Keep up that pace. See you next time on Pilates Core Training.